Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Ran0216 and I'm sharing with you my weight loss journey. And this is my daily vlog. Well, not daily anymore, I guess. It's twice a week. I'm going to come on and talk about different things that I have learned along the way to help ensure a healthier lifestyle and a healthier you. At the beginning of the journey, I was over 360 pounds and bedbound. As of today, I've lost over 150 pounds. I am obviously no longer bedbound. And I struggled with weight a majority of my life. It's not been easy. I it's a life change. It's not a diet. That's where people get the common misconception. What diet are you on? What diet are you on? It's a life adjustment because what I strive to do is I strive to eat healthy and I strive to eat delicious food as well because I'm under realization that if I don't continue to do both, I will fail. But along with that, you need to make sure that you have like exercise. You need to make it's not just diet. You got to look at your mental health as well. One of the things was like my mental health, which I have struggled with all my life. Uh, Whenever I would get upset, I did emotionally eat. That does happen a lot. It was a crutch. It really was. I would get upset and I just like binge eat, and that's not healthy at all. It's not healthy for your mental health. It's not healthy for your body. It's not healthy for anything. So, addressing that, I think I wanted to share with mental health today. I have learned some things over the years from various therapists I've been to addressing anxieties and panic attacks and things of that nature, things to help prevent them, and while you're going through them, things that you can do to help mediate them. Like typically an anxiety or a panic attack can feel very real at the moment, and then it's like your brain just kind of shuts down, goes to a narrow pathway because you're in a fight or flight mode, and you're not thinking very rationally. The quickest way to get out of a panic attack is to distract your brain. Now, typically a panic attack can last between 5 minutes to 30 minutes, depending. But if you want to stop that sooner, of course, there are things that you can do to do. Pets, pets. Uh, Pets are a good one, actually. Having a dog or a cat that you can pet and talk to even, they can't respond, but even sometimes just talking out the things that are upsetting you can help. But breathing is the key thing though. The biggest thing that I have found that helped. I have different breathing methods that I can share with you today, and I have gotten from various therapists over the year. A lot of them say the same thing. Um, it's it is critical that you kind of do it where you breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. This way, by breaking it up between your nose and your mouth, you're actually, because breathing in through your nose and out through your nose is just it's repetition. It's a thing where you don't have to think about, so it's not going to help you. But by breaking it up, by putting and counting to three, take the breath in, 1, 2, 3, in, out. Count it up to three. By doing the counts of three and bringing it in, you want to do it slow because going fast is, again, not going to help you. The key is to slow your mind down and to slow your thoughts down and to distract your brain. Doing this does help, and breathing does help. Now, if you have like a chronic panic attacks, I would seek professional help at that point. But because it could be like a chemical imbalance in your brain, and there could be medications out there or therapies out there that can actually help you. There are behavioral services out there that do. I know a lot of areas have sliding scale fees because I live in America. We obviously don't have health coverage. There are areas that do have sliding scale fees, and if that is even not an option for you in your area, you can look for support groups like even just like a support group, for example, Overeaters Anonymous. getting together with a group of people with struggling issues can also help mitigate that. Um, Having somebody that you can even trust in your life, that you can share things and that you can call and you can talk to, listening to music, making lists. Another thing is you can have a list of things that help calm you down. Keeping that list handy, because when you are in the situation of a panic attack, you're not going to think of things right away, and having the list sometimes right in front of you will help you break it down as well. So animals are a great aspect of that. If you don't have one, that's fine. People also help. If you have somebody that you can trust and that you can call, that is also a good one. When my mom was alive, I used to call and talk to her a lot about my situations, and she would be my go-to person. Um, I have a broader scope now, of course, and but it is kind of like the list of things that you can do. That being said, to help reduce panic attacks, it's actually been proven like a regular exercise helps to relieve the stress out in your life. And it's also been proven that eating your meals at a regular time helps as well, because keeping a constant and not letting your blood sugar drop is really important, and not just for your actual health, but your mental health as well. Many things. Therapy is a great one. If you can get into therapy, I always recommend therapy. I have been in therapy. I am in therapy. So and if you can't get into therapy, then, as I said, you can try the breathing exercises. You can try making a list. Sometimes just listing what you're thinking about at the time that triggered that anxiety attack, making a list so you find out what your triggers are, can actually help you prevent and avoid them. Now, you also want to try, if you do get panic attacks regularly, try avoiding stimulants such as cigarettes and alcohol and caffeine. Those can cause and lead you to more panic attacks. Now, that being said, it's not always the case for somebody to be able to just drop that. Those are very addictive things, and I can understand. But over time, you kind of might want to look into dropping that and seeing if that does actually help the situation. Like I said, keeping a diary of at the time of what caused that, so you can actually avoid the stressors. Sometimes when I have problems, I like to make lists of what the problem is and maybe come up with possible solutions. Just the act of making the list or talking the problem out with somebody is enough to bring the stress levels down. And it's just anxiety and panic attacks can cause somebody to overeat, not sleep very well. Sleeping is another huge issue. If you're not sleeping well at night, like for many years I wasn't, um, you wake up tired and you're already in a negative space at that point. It's always good to try to get a good night's rest. That being said, I had many years where I couldn't do that. I have different things that where my body doesn't let me sleep. If it's not gonna let me sleep, it's not gonna let me sleep. There's just nothing I could do about it. I have this ADHD going where things that will make you sleepy, it doesn't. Things that make you awake, it doesn't. So I have a very unique body chemistry that just, yeah, I can't do that. So I'm kind of at the mercy. Now, I did find out that I have sleep apnea, and that has helped incredibly to have a sleep app machine. But, you know, I'm under the realization that not everybody's going to be able to go to a doctor in my country and get medical advice or even mental health. And so, if you are struggling with mental health problems and you do feel that you need, keep in mind we have the suicide hotline that is readily available, and there are people that will talk to you. And a lot of times they have resources that are available to you in your area. I myself have used the suicide hotline in the past, and they are just a tremendous force that will allow you to be able to get to those local resources, because I'm under the full understanding that not everybody has health insurance, and in fact, a majority of the people don't. And that being said, to lose weight and to keep it off, mental health is very, very, very important. And it's a very important building block to maintaining a very healthier you. And being able to address that and being able to get help with that is also very important. Now, keep in mind, a lot of people nowadays, I've seen this thing where they just don't believe that uh, mental health is a thing, and they won't see a therapist because they think it's like showing weakness. And to me, it's actually the opposite. To show weakness, to not go because you're afraid. You're afraid of change and you're afraid of being better. That to me is weak. Admitting that you have a problem and seeking out help is never, ever weak. There's never, ever anything wrong with getting help and getting a better tool to enable to help you. I I also look at like what are going to be your triggers to set off things that'll stress you out, cause you to stress eat, cause you to feel bad, cause you to put yourself in a bad place, or just even give up. If you find that it's people causing this in your life, you find that somebody keeps making you feel down, then perhaps at that point, maybe you should distance yourself. Now, I'm under full realization that you may not always be able to completely cut them out of your life, but maybe you should restrict the amount of time that you have with that person and distance yourself so that you can maintain what is truly important, which is your mental health. And exercise and drinking water is also very important. Taking care of your body is not necessarily a diet and exercise alone. Making sure that you have a good place in mental health is also extremely important. I don't know where I would be today if I didn't look at all aspects of my health, my mental, physical. I mean, I guess to even some extent, spiritual, if you go down that path. It, again, anything that makes you feel bad, that brings down on you, is not necessarily a good thing. So keep that in mind. And always remember there are resources out there. But if you are going through a panic attack, try the breathing. Try the breathing in through your nose. 1, 2, 3. Out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3. And repeat. And it will help you to calm down. I have used this method. It really does work. Another therapist has also said, by expanding on that, he says even doing like a cube where you take your finger and when you breathe through your nose, 1, 2, 3, out through your mouth, 1, 2, 3, in through your nose, 1, 2, 3, out through your mouth, 1, 2, 3, and you just repeat. And it does actually help. What you're doing is you're basically distracting your brain and you're getting it to where you will start to receive more blood flow. To be honest with you, it does actually restrict the blood flow to put you into that fight or flight mode, and the adrenaline will start pumping through your system. And that is actually what essentially the attack is. Given that in mind, by doing these, you're basically calming your heart rate down, putting the blood flow back to where you can actually do more cognitive thinking, and it will actually enable you to bring you back down to a healthier level. So that is what I have for you today. And always remember, with hope, anything is possible. So always never give up hope. The suicide line is out there. If you don't have mental health insurance, they do have resources steadily available there that may be in your area and more conducive to being able for you to get help. So never hesitate to call if you need it. If that's what it's there for. And your imperfections are what make you beautiful. Okay? Don't ever let anybody make you think otherwise. I think the most beautiful thing are people's imperfections because they're what make them them and they're what make them unique. And always drink your water and hydrate. Until next time, remember, I do love you all. And if you do want to join my Discord and chat and share ideas or anything like that for that you'd like to see in my shows, please go ahead, message me, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to share with you. Till next time, love you all. Goodbye.